Hey guys, welcome to Kitty's Canvas. Today we're going to learn how to use a pen. We're going to go into it measuring and knowing exactly what we want. This was a custom made order for one of my clients. He talks to me all the time, and so this was actually kind of one of the funner ones that he's had me do. Yes, I said funner because that's a funner word to use than more fun. And so yeah, I started off with pencil because obviously, your girl makes mistakes all the time. So I slowed it down a little bit to show you kind of how I was making the letters and help you guys if you wanted to learn how to do these kind of letters at home for any of your own personal doodles when you're not doing anything. They're really fun. It's just lots of measuring. As you can see, I made sure the lines connected from one end to the other with the H, and I just continued to do that through the rest of the letters. Soon I'm going to erase this because it was really off, and so you're going to see right about now. I erased that because it was not looking cute, and so I did that, and I re-measured again with the H, kind of adjusted with that G, and we just kept going from there. Around this time I measured the lines and I was off, so obviously lots of erasing. Grateful for pencils because that would have been bad. I also had to do the Alianza flag from Peru, but then he ended up switching it to the normal Peruvian flag, so I had to erase that later on. And then we're going over it with pen because I love pen, and that's what we're here for. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? If there's any out there, let me know. I have a few girls who are single and would love to get to know ya. Just comment below. Here I did a little zoomy zoom, and I kind of slowed it down a little bit so you can see how I'm doing the dip. Same pen I used back in the Blue Jay video. It's these Microon pens that are freaking awesome. I used the 08 for the thicker lines that I want to make, and then the 005 for like the really tiny details, which we're going to see later on. I also added nice little, I call them triangle highlights. They add depth and kind of like a nice look to the letters when you go in and color them later. We're gonna do the erase again. It's my favorite part. Here's a zoomed in look on what I'm doing to add more depth to the flags. The flags are probably my favorite part of this whole thing to do, and they were so fun. Gotta use that ruler because rulers help the world go round, even though it's straight. Don't judge me with the logic. This technique is called hatching, with using one lines to go one way, and then cross hatching when you go the opposite way with another line. I also added it to the top to kind of make it look like it had form and shape. I decided to go back in a little bit with a really tiny Microon pen, so that way it could look like it was shaded. I didn't like how it was looking down there, so I shaded the whole thing as if it looked like the flag was making that shade on the bottom of the pole. Then we obviously gotta go back in and fix those areas where they're not that straight, or it doesn't look like it was printed or typed on a computer. Obviously it's handmade, so you're gonna always see mistakes, but I try to make it so there aren't any. I go back in with a darker red so that I can kind of make shadows. I did shadows right there, and then I grabbed an eraser so that I can make highlights in those shadows, so that way it looked like the flag was moving in the air. Then I grabbed a black pencil and I made it on the white, so it had shadows as well. And then I did the same thing over on the American flag, trying to use the dark red with the black on the white. My stars obviously aren't perfect because stars are really hard, and to do 50 of them, that would just take too long. So we get the general idea with the scribbly lines. Then we go on and we start coloring. This was probably the worst part. It hurt my hands a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed that I changed my shirt 3 times, mostly because I did this in 3 days. So it takes a while, people. He also wanted navy blue, but I didn't have navy blue as a colored pencil, so I just added black to make it a little bit darker, and it came out the same way. I also went in with a lighter blue on the little parts that are like dripping so that it popped out a little more. And then I went in with that light blue and I colored in the triangle highlights, and I used the blue to kind of color in the white because I didn't like the white letters. Then you go in and do some touch-ups and it's all done.